Hello, my name is HANAAN, and I am coming to you from Philadelphia in our new apartment. I am sitting in front of my daughter's crib, where she is, well, this is my oldest daughter's bed, but she is with her grandparents right now. My youngest is just chilling behind me. So you might be hearing some baby noises throughout, and hope that's okay. I don't have much to share in this episode, but I wanted to film something anyway because I've missed you guys and I've missed YouTube so much. I just love the community that we've built here. I read every single comment. I can't respond to all of them, but I do read every single comment, and I love how engaged you guys are and just how encouraging you guys have been and supportive and understanding. And now I'm in a new stage of life, adjusting to being a mother of two, which is so crazy. How did I get here? Time has flown. I'm a mom, first of all, and a mom of two. I'm an adult. Anyway, I'm going to be consulting my notes, or else I won't touch on everything that I want to talk about. I have one finished object today, 2 works in progress, and I just want to touch on my struggle makes, things that I have worked on but are no longer with us. I want to talk about them because I don't want to give the illusion that everything that I cast on ends up being this amazing project. Quite the contrary, actually, because I cast on way more things than I complete. I am not really a planner. I just, everything is based on vibes. I barely swatch. I don't always swatch. I barely do. I don't ever plan ahead, really, and so a lot of my cast-ons end up being fails. But anyway, after my struggle makes, then I want to sort of talk about the things that I want to make in the future if I ever have time again to myself. Truly. So my my only finished object are these beautiful, gorgeous socks. I love these so much. I love them so much. I made these 2 at the same time, simultaneously, not on the same needle, not using the magic loop method, no. I did them on their own mini circulars. I did them on their own circular needles, the way that I like to do socks, my 9-inch. I always cast on and do I did the cuff entirely, actually. The cuff entirely using magic loop, then I switched to mini circulars. I usually do that. I always do that. To at least cast on, because casting on and getting things to be in the round is it's hard. Is it impossible? It's hard to do it on little minis. But magic loop, I did not do my usual longer cuff. This is probably like 10 or 15 rounds, but I did do my 2x2, which is my go-to rib. I just like the way it looks. And another forethought heel that fits okay. Fits fine, but I really should expand my heel library. I should try different heels. maybe give the heel flap and gusset another go. But yeah, these socks are made using Rambler yarn in the color Golden Fern, gifted to me by the Woolly Thistle. I am now an affiliate of them. And if you would like to purchase this yarn or any other yarns, maybe click the link below. I get some credit when people make purchases using my link, but there's no extra cost to you. It just helps me out. But yeah, beautiful, beautiful yarn. This is nylon free, so it's very woolly and just gorgeous. I love the contrast heel and toe, the bright pop of color. This is using Stunning String Studio in the color Acacia or Acacia. Don't know how to pronounce that. I just love the contrast. These came out really nice. Really, really nice. I'm really happy with the result. I really pushed through. It's a bit crazy as a sock knitter that this is the only pair of socks I've completed this year, but it's okay, I guess. Here's a close-up. Is there anything else I need to add? No. I love them. Should I show them on my foot? Let's see. Cute. So this would have been done weeks ago, but I ran out of yarn and I took a break, and I haven't been feeling this project since I did the first. So here's the story. So I was on Ravelry wanting to cast on another pair of socks after I finished the green ones, and I saw this sock called Piecework by Lindsay Fowler. I've been wanting to dip into my stash and kind of get rid of a lot of yarn that I have, and this seemed like the perfect project to do so. But when I looked and I tried to buy it, I realized that I wasn't able to buy it independent of the book that it was published in. So I decided to try my hand at just looking at it and doing it. Looking at it and figuring it out myself, which I did. It's a bit, I haven't blocked it yet, so it's a bit kind of like, you know, not as crisp and flat as it is after blocking. So this heel looks a little weird, but you know. So all of these yarns are from my stash. I know that the cuff, the heel, and the toe is made out of Jameson and Smith yarn. Don't remember the name, but I did run out of it once I finished the toe on the second sock. So I think for the heel, I'm going to use just another color, because I don't want to buy more yarn to complete a scrappy sock. Again, I did a shorter cuff using 2x2. For my colorwork socks, I like to use a US 2 needle. Again, I did these on mini circulars. On non-colorwork socks, just plain, I use a US 1 needle. And I size up for colorwork because colorwork doesn't really stretch as much and it needs to fit over my foot. So US2 always works for me. And I always cast on 72 stitches. They feel very, the colors just feel very 70s. I don't know. I just don't love them. But I did post them. I talked about them kind of a lot in my stories on Instagram, which, by the way, you can follow me at HANAAN BONET if you want to see more real time what I'm up to and all the things that I cast on and just frog. Yeah, I talk a lot on there. So my next work in progress is a Lakes V-neck pullover, and I'm not typically a V-neck sweater kind of girl, but I did see Mariel. She made one. It looks beautiful. Beautiful on her. We are the same height, similar build, and so I figured, you know what, let me give it a try. But yeah, the yarn that I'm using is the yarn that I was gifted by Kelborn Woolens. Their Erin yarn, ERIN yarn, bulky weight, in the color Curry. They kindly gifted me this yarn, and I spent some time thinking about what I was gonna make, and I went through quite a few options. I think the port jacket was one that I was thinking of making, but decided against it. Then I decided for some reason to cast on an Olga jacket, an off-gauge Olga jacket, using this yarn. And I got all the way to completing most of the body and one arm and decided that this wasn't it. I realized kind of late that the Olga jacket is written to be a striped garment. I don't know if this will make sense to anyone but me, but when I got to the ribbing, the cuff, and saw how short the cuff was, it just didn't look right in a solid color. Like, it would look it looks totally fine striped, but in a solid color it just didn't look right. I like my ribbing to be substantial in a plain garment, especially. It's just more visible, and I like all of my ribbings to match in width, in length. And so in order, you know, I could have easily lengthened the ribbing and the cuff and the hem. For the button band, I would have had to do some math to make that a little wider, and I don't know. If I planned ahead, I probably would have done a size smaller, did some math, made the button band thicker, and then, I don't know. It just wasn't working out for me. So just today, actually, I ripped out the entire thing and cast it on the Lakes V-neck pullover for myself. I am making a size medium. I think that's what Mariel made. But I'm making a medium for myself. I did the first saddle. It's curled up, but yeah, this is the first saddle, and I'm working on the second saddle. I think this will be good. I think this was the right call. Hopefully. We'll see. I'm looking forward to this. This color is gorgeous. It's beautiful. The yarn is just perfect for this, I think. So we shall see. We shall see. And I would like to talk about my projects that are no longer with us. I've been wanting to complete a pair of rib socks. I started a bunch probably more than I have photographed. But here's some that I started, and I spent like 2 days like trying different colors of yarn that I have in stash, and I'm kind of over these colors, honestly. I have been following this person on Instagram. I can't remember her name off the top of my head, but she makes the most beautiful, quote unquote, boring socks. That's not what I said. I think that's what she said. But they're just so practical, so beautiful. And I'm always complaining in my brain. I'm always complaining about not having the right socks for an outfit or not having enough socks. That's crazy because I'm a sock knitter. Why haven't I made... Anyway, I want to make more boring socks this year, more practical, like browns, like just plain ribbed socks. And so I think that I might have to buy some yarn and make them. Yeah, then I started the Holger sweater, trying to use scraps, and it just didn't turn out right. I started with like a dark red and a dark brown. Well, not a dark red and a dark brown, a regular red and a dark brown. And then I just realized like it's very serious and dark for a little girl. So then I tried to brighten it up by making the dark brown, like switching out the dark brown for like a tan, and it just wasn't coming out right because I think the two yarns were different weights and I just didn't like it. Then I tried to do like a really scrappy one using I think 3 or 4 different colors, and it just turned out I just didn't like it at all. So ripped that out completely and just scrapped that whole project. And that blue scarf that I brought out in my last podcast, that has been frogged because I realized I wouldn't wear that. I want to make things I want to wear. Like I want to make things that I actually wear this year. Not that I want to make things that fit more into my style, my everyday style this year. And then also the cardigan number 9, I've given up on that for now. That the latest version was my 4th iteration of this pattern, and I decided that enough was enough. I need to take a break from it. I need to step away because it just wasn't, I don't know. I guess I just didn't plan correctly, and the sizing was just off every single time, so that's gone. And about things that I want to make, I do want to make at least one summer garment at some point. I really like the idea of making a fingering weight garment. I do like working on smaller needles. I'm excited about the drape factor. A knit top for spring and summer, I think I would get a lot of use out of it. I do like the added texture it brings to just like a plain garment. I don't think I would knit a t-shirt, but maybe here are some things I would make that I've seen on Ravelry that I'm thinking of making with yarn that I don't have yet. But yeah, eventually I'll get to it. I want to get to it sooner than later because I do want to wear it this year at some point. And like I said, boring socks. Here are some ones that I've seen, and they're not actually boring to me. These are beautiful. By boring, I mean not like crazy color work or crazy colors, just like neutrals, but like, yeah, more practical things for me in my wardrobe. And I would love to work with some woolly knit cones. I don't have a project in mind exactly. And I've been watching Well of Knits, and I really love the work that she's done with woolly knit cones. I would love to knit using their British 4-ply wool. The colors are beautiful, and I don't know, like, I think I could make something really beautiful for my kids or me, because these projects that she's been making with them, chef's kiss, beautiful. And I also want to try Holst Garn at some point using some of their cone yarns as well. Eventually, maybe, don't know when, but yeah, not a specific project, but I think that the texture of the yarn, I don't know, the texture of the yarns appeal to me and the colors that they have. So, you know, we'll see. Thank you so much for being here with me during this chaotic episode. I know it was crazy, but this is the best I could do for right now. Like and subscribe and push that notification bell if you don't want to miss my next video. And I hope everyone is having a wonderful week or weekend. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.